Welcome. I am Oscula Ultima, or better known as Scully. Today I will be going over how to make one of a few redstone displays in Minecraft. If you enjoy this video, please check out my other redstone lamp tutorials on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist for it. Let's just make it day, so you can see it better. As you can see here, in this build I use redstone lamps, a buffer block. I use dirt, but any non-redstone block will do. Observers, redstone repeaters, and redstone. I'll go around the build a bit first, so you can get a good look at everything, then we will go over it step by step. Now to begin, we need something to place the first set of observers against. This will be destroyed in a minute, so don't use anything hard to break if you are in survival. As usual in my videos, the repetitive building parts I will speed up for brevity. If any of this makes any part unclear, please feel free to comment asking me to clarify. I will gladly do so. Now to place the observers. There we go, now you can remove the template we built. The next step we're gonna do is the second row of observers. This part consists of two different smaller parts. The top and bottom. The bottom is the part that stays on most of the time, with the occasional flicker off. Then the top part is the particles of flame flowing upwards. Starting with the bottom half, place the bottom row facing against the first wall of observers. This makes an observer clock. They'll flicker on and off on the back of the observers, but as you'll see in a minute, it happens so fast the redstone lamp mostly stays on with an occasional flicker. Next, place varying rows of observers facing downwards. This will make the flicker flow up a bit. You can copy me exactly if you'd like, but this is part of the randomness of the build, so you can make it how you'd like. I'd suggest only going approximately halfway up the display on average. This leaves space for the particles upwards on the top half of this part. Now you'll see it flickers on the other side in the shape you built. Next we'll add the buffer layer and the redstone lamps. This buffer layer will stay, so use something you like, though it won't be very visible, as it will be covered by the observers and redstone lamps except for along the edge of the display. And now the lamps. See the occasional flicker? On the longer ones you can even see the flow upwards. To be honest, I think this is because of a bug of some sort, but it works out great for this build. Now for the top half, place observers facing away from the wall on the back. This can be a little tricky. I'd say probably should have done this first, but then they'd be in the way for the other parts we just did. You might need to break bits of your build to place these, then replace what you take. As we go I find that standing one block below to the side is the easiest way to place them. So if the next row over is taller, probably need to get them out of your way temporarily. As we built it, for brevity, I just built the entire wall of observers. But if you're playing survival, to save observers, you can remove some along the top. This ends some of the particles a little early, making the display a little less squared off. You also don't need to run the next set of observers all the way up. Just to where you broke it off. I like to follow along the other jagged line we made below, but again this part is up to your discretion. And now follow where you just built, placing observers facing down. You still won't see anything on the top half of the display yet. That won't show up until the end. Next we build the clock, so you know where to run the lines of observers from the wall to the clock. I just set all the repeaters to 3, but for added randomness you could vary this as well. On my first build I left a large space, this time around I'm going to try making it a little more compact. Oops. That's a little too compact. The observer clocks are interfering with the redstone clock. Make sure to add a gap on your build. Maybe I can just squeeze it back a bit instead of redoing the whole thing. Just gonna drop a lever near a piece of redstone. Doesn't really matter where. You'll use this to set the clock in a minute. Let's make the lines of observers first. If you want you can set the clock now though. It also doesn't matter too much. This part is yet another part that you can add your own randomness to the build. I love this build for how much variety it allows for. You just need to run lines of observers up from the clock to the level with each column to the height of the observers you faced away from the wall. Dang, missed a block. There we go, much better. Another mess up. Sorry y'all. In my defense, I recorded this after just waking up. Ta-da! Now for the last part. Just toggle the lever a few times to start it. I vary the length of the signals, both how long on and how long off. This is the easiest part to play with, because you can change it by just turning off the clock and doing it over. Try different things and let me know what you come up with in the comments. And there you have it. Fire. Another suggestion I got from Reddit was to add stained glass. One thing I've seen people do is layer glass for a foggy effect, maybe try that? I kinda do it backwards I think, but you get the gist. I'll try it more in a minute if you stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Have any more questions? Feel free to comment, or message me here, or on Twitter, Reddit, or Twitch. All links are in the description. Keep crafting y'all.